Enter the United States of America, Israel's closest ally, an ally that has been giving Israel billions and billions of dollars every year and over many years to finance its military ambitions. And recently, in spite of Israel's brutal attacks on Palestine's Gaza that have already killed 14,000 Palestinian civilians, Washington reasserted its unconditional and ironclad support for Tel Aviv and its military operations.
We're going to make sure Iron Dome continues to guard the skies over Israel. We're going to make sure other hostile actors in the region know that Israel is stronger than ever and
prevent this conflict from spreading.
Fulfilling requests for items like 155mm shells, bunker buster munitions, and interceptors for Israel's Iron Dome missile and laser-guided missiles, a cue that critics say is Washington's green light for Israel to continue its bombing campaign in Gaza.
Providing weapons that knowingly and significantly would contribute to unlawful attacks can make those providing them complicit in war crimes.
In November, the U.S. House of Representatives approved a $14.3 billion military aid package for Israel. From this, $4 billion is dedicated to replenishing Israel's Iron Dome and David Sling missile defense systems, and to pay for the military gear that is set to be transferred to Tel Aviv from the U.S.'s stockpiles. The package does, however, face some challenges in the Senate, as well as a rather unlikely veto from President Joe Biden. And in U.S. Congress, some congresspeople are voicing concerns about whether Washington can increase President Biden recently requested $61 billion. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine began on February 24, 2022, the U.S. has already provided Kiev with $44.2 billion in military assistance. U.S.-Israel ties have been strong since the foundation of the State of Israel in 1948, when President Harry Truman became the first world leader to recognize the newly established nation. Since then, the U.S. has supported Israel with more than $130 billion in bilateral assistance, and between 1950 and 2020, nearly 80% of Israel's imported arms came from the U.S.
Camp in central Gaza has killed at least 40 people, including 14 children, according to the government media office in Gaza. Nearly 80 Palestinians were also wounded in the pre-dawn strike on the Al-Sardi school, which is run by the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, known by its acronym UNRWA. The Israeli military claimed it targeted Hamas militants operating in the school, but provided no evidence to back up its claim. UNRWA schools across Gaza have functioned as shelters for displaced Palestinians since the start of Israel's war on Gaza. Last week, Israeli airstrikes hit close to an UNRWA facility in the southern city of Rafah, where tens of thousands had sought shelter, setting tents ablaze and killing at least 45 people. Over 36,600 people have been killed in Israeli military air attacks in Gaza over the past 8 months, with over 83,300 injured. For more, we're joined by UNRWA spokesperson